Hey Pink Posse, make sure you're tapping into Pink Sunday Radio every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow us on all of our platforms so you never miss an episode.
It's Tia. It's been a Mississippi minute, but we bite, baby.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Ja. And yup, we back at it like a crack addict.
It's your girl, Jiggy, a.k.a. Tanika. Listen, pull up on us. It's time to cut up, because we back.
What's up, Pink Posse? It's your girl, Kogi, and we're back. Pink Sunday Radio. Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Kogi, and we are back. Pink Sunday Radio is fucking back. I have my girl, Tia.
Hello.
Okay.
You got a little razzle dazzle on that one.
She did. Ja.
What's poppin', Pink Posse? I'm sorry, I'm too excited.
Now that was a Jiggy.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, girl. All right, you guys. So the polls went up. But before we get to the polls, girl, that disclaimer.
Yes. So, the views and opinions expressed here are those of the speakers and do not necessarily represent any entities or reflect any entities that they represent. Pink Sunday Radio is rated mature for language and subject matter. So, viewer and listener discretion is advised.
That is correct, Ja. Thank you so much. Also, we're on StreamYard. As y'all know, we got a few destinations where we are streaming live. That is Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Where else? Twitch. That's Twitch. Right. Mm-hmm. We're streaming live on Twitch. Hey, listen, y'all. Twitch. Go ahead and follow us on Pink Sunday Radio. If you are following us on YouTube, go ahead and do the damn thing over there too. Mute us, you know what I'm saying? But at least you watching over there as well, okay? We want to see y'all comments, okay? We want to see y'all comments.
Yes. Pronounce that Kato Ho? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I don't mean no offense. Kato Ho,
something like that. Hey, girl.
You know what? Y'all are giving a alien, okay? So we're not gonna do that. Anyway, so as usual, we have the weekly polls, and this week the poll winner was Jackie O'Black. Yes, Jackie. 102 scars won. So you guys, what do we have for this week? Rate the episode is the first segment. But before we get to that, no, don't worry. You okay? You okay? Girl, your face is hilarious. Before we get to that, I just want to remind you guys that the strike, the WGA strike, the Writer Guilds Association strike, and the SAG-AFTRA strike is still going on. It's still continuing, okay? So PValley and your other favorite shows will not be coming back anytime soon. The AMTP are still assholes. They're still not obliging by any of the contract negotiations, okay? Anything that is being put forth by the WGA, SAG-AFTRA, you listen, they are just saying, nope, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. So guess what? They're still getting on the picket lines in the hot ass sun, fighting for their rights, period. Yep. And we still support them. So can y'all still stop fucking asking? Anyway.
They gonna keep asking.
I'm gonna ask
But I know y'all gonna keep asking. I know y'all
I feel
gonna
like
keep
we got a
asking.
YouTube comment yesterday. It was like P-Valley win.
We did. Oh my God. We got a YouTube comment and it was on the Fawn's live. And she goes, when is P-Valley coming? And I said, oh, baby, the video is about
He
the strike.
literally says it in the video.
The video is about Alphonse telling y'all the strike. And you add, okay, anyway. So let's move on to the first segment, which is rate the episode. I almost forgot my job. Okay, so rate the episode. Whoo. Hey JT. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't want to do the any mini money mo because I know y'all hate me for that. So I'll go ahead and go first.
Well, why don't we have the
102.
rating system told first so we can think about it?
Oh shit.
We've been on hiatus. Like, I don't really remember how we even do this show.
So let me tell y'all the ratings so you'll know what we're talking about. So 1 mic is Unk's chicken and dressing. 2 mics is sit on my lap slow. 3 mics is Ernestine's neck bones. I know some of y'all will argue with us, but it's 3 mics on this here show. 4 mics is weed wangs or lemon pepper wets. We put the weed wangs in because Ja and Jiggy do not like lemon pepper, so we had to have an option. And 5 mics is Murder's pork chops, collard greens, candied yams, and cornbread. Those are the ratings. The weed wangs, I did kind of good on that one.
You did that. Yes.
It almost got me on the second one. The second one was a little touch and go. So 102 Scars, it's a great episode. I also mentioned last night on our spaces, by the way, join us down to the spaces on Saturdays, okay? When you're watching, get on spaces with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I did bring up that 102 did a really great job of establishing that the pink is not only, listen, you can see you some ass and titties and all the kind of things, but it's not just a regular strip club. It is a legit business. The girlies have their paperwork in order, okay? They got their little, they have their little B, they have their B ratings and everything else, okay, in the kitchen. And Cliff makes it very clear that she lets Haley know that. So I love that 102 established that. We are going to talk about some things that Murder did that was not okay. But I really do love 102. So for me, I feel like it's more than 3 mics. It's not a 4, but I do feel like it is a 3.5. Would I say that it's in my top 10, which I still have to write? I'm sorry, Jiggy. I apologize. I have not.
You're supposed to be doing the top 18.
I know. I have not accomplished that 1 through 18 yet, but I do feel like it is 3.5. It's a great episode. It's a great episode. The cinematography is great. Oh my God, the cinematography is so great on 102. The colors, oh my God, it's so great. Shout out to Chinette, baby. That dance okay. Yeah. 102 is a good episode. 3.5.
So I'm gonna give it a 3.8. I agree. It is not a 4, but a 3 is too low. So a 3.8. And like I said before, one of the biggest thing about it is 2 contexts. it's context as the second episode in the series based on what we've seen so far. Like, and that point, I'm all into it. Like, because we get to know so much more about Murda and Unc and the Pank, and it really lays a great foundation for what's to come. After seeing all 18 episodes, I can't put it in my top. I like it. I watch it. It is an episode I go back to because it's entertaining, but I don't know. It's not quite a 4. So a 3.8 is about where I land.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Tia and say I'm looking at a 3.8. I'm looking at like some Wee Wayne's little side of macaroni and cheese or something like that, you know, because or what's 4? Lord have mercy, what else? Oh, are we talking about oxtails? Lord, I mean oxtails.
I'm like,
nah, oxtails got to be a 5 mic kind of meal.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
I was like, wait.
So I don't want to. Yeah. I'm going in. I'm in beat. Like, I don't want to put it in a 4 because I have also not done my 1 through 18. But so I feel like though, if I were to put it in a 1 through 18, that it would not fall very high in the grander scheme of things. But it is a really pleasurable episode. I love to watch. It's so much fun. You get to it establishes the characters a lot more and what's going on in the storyline. So I really love all the different things that we do see with that. Like I said, color wise, I'm really into that. What was it considered? It was noir. I forget the term that they used for the style that they were really going for. But it was giving all of that, and I loved it. So I must say, yeah, I can't give it quite a 4, but it's really high up there. Like it's almost a 4 because I just got some other shit probably in my 4 spaces. And
I would say this episode has some of the best wardrobe and fashion. Like there's quite a few looks that I'm like, stuff I really love. Yeah, so yeah.
Like that Frida Kahlo look was killing it.
And I talked about that on the spaces. I was like, that's not something I would wear because it has a lot going on, but my good sis was wearing it.
Yeah, that lavender wig for me might be my favorite on Unc. It just looks so good. And she wore it the whole day. She wore it a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
And we don't usually see that. We usually see her. She has one wig on. She switched to something else.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
So for me, it's like right outside of my top 10. I looked at my list. I have this at 11. I want to say a little above 3.5, not quite a 4. I agree with y'all on that. So I'm going to say like 3.7, I guess. To me, it goes hand in hand with 101. These are 2 great episodes back to back. 101 establishes, I think, the people. We learn a lot about Cliff. We learn about Murda. We kind of get into Haley, Mercedes, and them. This episode tells us so much really quick about the club. Like, Kogi brought that up on the spaces last night, and I never really looked at it like that. But just in the 30 seconds that she's walking down the hallway and talking to Haley, she tells us it's not a brothel, ain't no hoes here. We don't do tax evasion. We got all our paperwork in order. We don't pay anybody under the table. And those are kind of all the things that you would assume maybe they did some of those things if she hadn't told us. And then we go to the kitchen. Murda bursts in the kitchen. We see what's happening in the kitchen of the club. We get in the paradise room. We see what actually happens in the paradise room.
Yeah.
So this was the episode. This was the club episode. We learned about what the pink was really about during this episode. And I don't think I realized that before last night, no matter how many times we've watched this episode. Yeah. So it's like right in the middle of my list. Is 11 in the middle? Kind of, sort of, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a great episode. I think being, well, Katori's a genius, right? Because being after 101, the 101 and 102 together, I think lends this to being a better episode. And then we got the full setup next episode in 103. That episode dipped. I don't know. But yeah, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, somewhere in there for me.
Okay.
So we all have it slightly less than a 4. What would have made it a 4 episode to you? Is there a story that should have been fleshed out more? Is there a backstory you might have wanted going in? Or is it just kind of like either way, it would be slightly less than a 4?
For me, I don't think anything can make it a 4. It's early in the season. For me, ratings depend on other episodes, so you drop according to the greatness of other episodes, and there's just so many things better than it. Once we flesh out the story more, once we get to know more people, once we're more invested in other storylines, those episodes go up. So like, I can't imagine what they could have done in this episode to make it better than the Dirty Dozen, because at that point we know so much more about Murda and Cliff. We know Teak and we know all these people, and this is just the second episode.
Yeah, and also I feel like, I know for me, whenever I'm watching television shows, I don't have high expectations yet. I give it like 5 episodes before I start like expecting a lot. Especially if I'm not familiar with the director, the actors, and things of that nature. I'm kind of coming into it with really fresh eyes. So this is the second episode. So I can't really have too much high expectations of like, okay, I'm expecting this, I'm expecting this and that. I really, so I'm with Tanika in that I couldn't really ask for too much. I couldn't really ask for too much more. They really did a decent job of establishing a lot for me that made me want to continue watching, because there are a lot of television shows where even episode 2, I'm like, you didn't give me enough to make me want to continue watching. So they did a good job of making me want to continue the journey.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I think it says a lot that episode 2 is almost 4 mics, because this is usually we still setting up stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's anything too much they could have added to make it any better. I think for me, my rating comes from a place of thinking about how many episodes are my favorite outright. Like if I'm having a bad day and I just want to pull up PValley, am I pulling up 102? Not necessarily, unless I'm deciding to run the gauntlet, in which case, if I'm starting from 1 and just going as far, then of course,
Right.
2 delivers. 2 really delivers what I need. You know what I'm saying? We had funny moments. We had, that beautiful thing. Like, I know we're not too keen on like the Haley Andre situation, but just even the way that that's depicted, looking at it from an artistic point of view, it's actually immaculate, to be honest. Like I really never took it into consideration until last night. Like the fact that they're on the phone, but for our sake, they take it to looking, like they're imagining they're with each other. So then we see them actually in the physical, even though we like, I feel like that is immaculate for a second episode. They really came with it. And so if we were just looking at season 1, then it's a little bit higher because I only have those first 8 episodes. And I don't really have too much that I don't like about, like, even the episodes that aren't my favorite, they're just not my favorite. It's not that they're bad. They're just not my favorite. They just didn't have me on the edge of my seat. They didn't have me like, but they're still good. So I think that's where where it comes into looking at the 1 through 18. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta give something less than a 5 or 4, so it's up there.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. So people in the comments, so JT and Katie, what would you say Scars would be, your rating, your mics? I would love to know what you think, or anybody in YouTube that's watching. I want to know your opinions and why as well. Um, okay. Anybody else have any other thoughts on the episode? Last minute thoughts? Okay. Sounds good. Well, before we get to the next segment, I want to tell y'all something. You know what I want to tell y'all? Because I'm tired as hell. But you know what I do? I'm on my steady grind always.
Are you an everyday hustler? Are you always on your steady grind? Are you a Black storyteller that matters? Check out actor and philanthropist J. Alphonse Nicholson's signature apparel line at fivegrinds.com and pick up a t-shirt, hoodie, and book bag and tell the world who you are. That's FIVE Grinds.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Shout out to Funds for Steady Grind. I'm wearing a trucker hat right now that way. So that's available at fivegrinds.com. Also, JT gives this episode a good 3 mics. Okay. A good 3 mics.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That's in line with what we said.
That is very much in line what we said. All right, so y'all know what's next because we had quite a few of those in this episode. Wait a Mississippi minute.
I have so many. Like I have the obvious ones. And then I have like, I don't know if it's big enough to be a Way to Mississippi Minute ones because it's so like simple. Like I'll say one is from what we said last night on the Spaces. Like why the cook bringing his own pots to the club?
That's the original one. Because I'm so stuck on him leaving out of there with them damn pots.
Let me tell y'all something about it. Now listen, he probably went to culinary school down at Chucalissa Community College. Okay, got his certificate.
Chucalissa Community College.
Okay, and that man is serious about his art. Okay, he got the knives, he got the pots. Okay,
but like,
and he didn't. Tanika, he didn't want to get down there with his SOS pads. Girl, he probably got down to that kitchen, and girl, all them pots needed SOS, needed Dawn foam, baby. They needed all kinds of shit to clean them pots, and that baby said, "Don't worry about it. I have my Chucalissa Community College pots, honey, and I'm bringing them into the kitchen." And then when he left, you think he was gonna leave them $7?
I'm taking my shit with me 100%.
I'm taking my shit. He took the whole bar with him. Girl, I think he went and did y'all see that?
He
did
left
you see
his
he took the whole rack?
Like,
did give him his leg.
Like, rip it down?
Yes.
What happened?
Like, I'm out this bitch. Give me all my shit.
Like, do you know how serious you gotta be to rip the bar out? Like, you know how mad you have to be.
Yeah, she ain't giving him his money. He pissed.
But if you had to bring your own pots, like, I don't know if I would have took that job because if I'm bringing my own pots, I'm already afraid about what my paycheck and it's gonna look like because what?
If you done went to Chucalissa Community College, you done passed all your culinary classes. Now you out here looking for a job and you walk into Pink's kitchen and they pots is not given and you think, okay, now I got to bring my own damn pots down here. Do you not keep looking for a job somewhere else? Because this is telling me this is not job not gonna be right. I'm not gonna last long here.
I'm not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
See, that was his internship at first, right? And then because they had such a good relationship, he was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna come on and stay on, you know. But then when he saw the paycheck wasn't given, he been secretly looking for a new job. And see, what we didn't know is he found a new job down there in Jackson or something. And he is leaving.
You're absolutely right.
But do you
Right.
think, okay, we know they can't cook. Really, it seems like nobody in Chucalissa except maybe Patrice can cook. So, do you think he has a chance to get another job somewhere else? Like he left Chucalissa Community
I mean,
College
he can go
and
down to the
couldn't cook
Hot Wing
wine.
Castle. He can go anywhere. I mean,
But
maybe
they
he can't
never
cook.
said that his food tasted bad. They just said it gave everybody gas. That
Well,
doesn't
Toy in
mean
particular.
it don't taste good because they was eating them up. Like, so
That
they
could
might have
be.
been good, but they probably ain't changed that grease since Moby Dick was a minnow. And so when they take them out, that's probably what's giving everybody gas. Is how old the grease is.
Now you think JT said that cook can't cook because they got to sell them wings 12 for $3.
Well, that's
Is
to
that-
get the people in there to spend
Yeah.
money.
Like
That's like how in Vegas everything is like super stupid cheap.
they
That's
might
the
not be
same
like Hot
concept.
Wing Castle good, so you gotta
Yeah.
pull some folks in so they don't run to the Hot Wing Castle before they go to the club. Put them on
See,
a
the
quick
Hot Wing
discount.
Castle gotta close early because the gangs be up in there, so they gotta close early, and then you have no choice but to go to the Pank to get your chicken wings.
You don't think the Hot Wing Castle is sacred ground? I feel like it should be sacred ground because
It should be.
yeah, I would think that they get in there, it's like sacred ground. Like it's no gang beef, it's no nothing because the Hot Wing Castle is the only wing spot. We can't be beefing and shut down the wing spot.
That's why the CFC be in the Pank heavy because the HVHs be over down to the Hot Wing Castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's interesting.
I'm rocking.
Hmm.
So that was my
What?
way to Mississippi Minute.
Right.
That's hot.
Interesting.
I had another one, but that consumed me so much I forgot what my other way to Mississippi Minute was.
Right. I was trying to
Once
remember what
I
I was
seen him
thinking
running
last
out of there with
night.
them pots.
Have my good sis about to fall.
I do have another one. I'm interested in. So, Big L is supposed to be the numbers guy. Why does he not know the Pank is having these financial problems? Like he's been counting the money, doing the books because it's like I'm like this, but you had no idea like what was going on. Like that every time I look and he's like, yeah, because we got this today, but you do the books. So, like, well, I guess Unc hasn't been paying the loan, but at some point she was. So you didn't know what the payments were going out for? Like, what do you do when you do the books?
Yeah, but I think with that though, he's just doing the books and not knowing that there's debt. Because like she said, what you doing opening my motherfucking mail? Like he's just focused on the money that's being made at the bank. He don't know nothing about these debts and these loans that her and grandmother got. Like he's not even what? Go ahead.
No, finish.
No, I was just thinking that he's not aware of any of it. And
so do
and the
you
way
think the loan
55,000
payments aren't in what Big L has access to? Like he's just what comes in and out of the club.
In the door, yeah.
And then
but I feel like she's been hurried. I think that this time she just didn't get to the mail in time.
So
Because
like
the
he
way
never
that it was
shows
folded
them
up,
putting it in, but he ain't seeing what's going out.
yeah, like
Okay.
like the way they were all
I can see
folded
that.
in her glove compartment, it's almost like I got to the mail first before he did. And this is the one time that he got to the mail and saw what was going on and he opened it. That's why she got on his ass, you know? So I
And
don't
one
know.
of the many just count. Don't check mail,
Yeah,
just
just
count,
count.
nigga.
Just
That's it.
But
why?
why do you think she's hiding it from him? Like, isn't this something that he should know? If he does the books, why are you're behind in this payment? Why are you behind in the payment, first of all? And then once you're behind, why don't you tell him this? Why does he have to sneak and open your mail to find out you haven't been paying this loan and now you got 30 days?
honestly, Tanika, I feel like with Cliff, she is someone who feels like she needs to solve everything for everyone. And it's like, sis, you can't do it by yourself, bitch. Like, I'm gonna need you to ask for help before you get 55,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, she trying to bribe Peter to pay Paul, to pay Pamnesia. Like she say, she may need to sell feet online. Ma'am, you wouldn't have had to if you would have asked somebody for help when you were in debt at 10,000 maybe. Or 5,000 maybe. Like, but now it's just too much. I mean, it's the same thing with the Birkins and everything else that is just, she waits. She tries to,
Yeah.
like she said, who gonna hire Big L? Like, she's just worried about everybody else and trying to solve everything. She was crying in the car when she was, what was she doing? Calling the hospital. She was crying in the car. I think she's just one of them people trying to solve everything on her own.
But maybe also she's the boss
She
and they
is.
have their faith in her. So for them to know that she's falling behind, for them to know that the club's in danger and all of that, I think also she looks at it as they will, lose their faith in her. And she's such an important person to the community that is, down to there. And then with Big L, like when you fucking up, you don't want to hear nobody mouth. Big L is the one person who gonna get in her ass when
Good
she's
point.
fucking up. She didn't
Good
want to hear
point.
that shit.
Good point.
You know what I'm
Very good
saying?
point.
So she was like, let me put this over here. Let me see if I can figure it out before he found out I fucked up. Cause then he gonna be talking that bullshit.
I
And I don't
low-key
want to
feel
hear
like
it.
she was ignoring it instead of trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
just reading it and
that's the
stuffing in
biggest
the glove
problem.
compartment.
That too.
So my
And it's
question
why-
would be, why wouldn't you try to solve it like when you one payment late, when you a couple of payments late? Because we see later in the episode, Mercedes is like, how much you need? So when it's a couple of $1,000s, why are you not like, Mercedes, I need a loan? I know I shouldn't be asking this. I'm gonna pay you back when I can, but I'm behind on the rent or I'm behind on this little loan I got on the club. What can you loan me? Like, why do you wait until you so late that you're about to forfeit on the loan? Now you got 30 days and it's $55,000. Like, how do you wait until it's $55,000?
55.
I don't think anybody knows because up until this, I don't think anyone knew that Mercedes was saving money or had money. So I don't think that.
You don't think so? Because I feel like Mercedes' thing is stack your paper. Stack your paper. Like, even if they didn't know she's planning to leave, I feel like they know she got a stash of some cash somewhere.
I can see that.
Yeah,
do you think it's pride that would make her not want to ask Mercedes? Because
she's supposed to be the mom figure.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So what do mom look like going to the child and saying, I need you to bail me out? I think it has a lot to do with pride and just wanting.
My mama asks me for money all the time. Like,
I mean, there's exceptions to the rules, of course. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes mamas be needing a little help. But with Uncle Clifford, I just definitely think it's a pride situation because we do see that from her often. When Myrtle was like, yo, you the only club here and you still struggling. She was like, oh shit, who told you that?
You've been saying that.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was appalled, not offended, but I think it has to do with pride. Like, wait a minute. People saying this about me?
Yeah, who been talking about me in my club? Like,
people talking shit?
Like, little nigga I just met 2 business days ago. Oh, they talking. They
when he
food, everything.
Yeah, when he said that, she said, who been saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I think Murder standing in the VIP for that long to get in the club, not standing in the in the line that long in the club, scoping out, because you had to be scoping to see that Unc was in the kitchen and you bust up in the kitchen.
He went around like, You seen Cliff?
Yes.
First and foremost, everybody like,
Right.
who the fuck is Cliff?
Right. Who the fuck, Cliff?
Like,
yo, this
And
man
how does he burst it?
really-
Like, does he just walk? Because
That's
the
what
kitchen
I'm
door is behind the
saying.
bar. Because we see Tiffany, she's there asking about the wings. So, like, does he come behind the bar to go in the kitchen? And nobody is like, nigga, where you going?
Little
Who are
nigga
you?
is bold.
Why
That's
are you
what I'm
back here?
Tiffany told him she back there. Tell her to
You
get
think
this
Tiffany
the
did?
pregnant bitch
Actually,
wings
yeah,
out
nigga,
here,
she back
okay?
there, leave
and
me
why are
alone.
you back there? Tell her.
I need them lemon pepper wings when you go back there. Let her know.
I mean, it's the way that Murder was like, you know, like even when he did the hand, like, yeah, watch out. Like doing the whole pots and the wings
He
and
walked in like he had been back there a
he
couple of times
owned
already.
the place. Like I literally was like, wait a Mississippi minute on that. Like he walked in that motherfucker. Hey, Cliff, listen to this. Like, what if I don't have time?
But see, that leads to my way to Mississippi minute. I just remember what it was. So we know lemon pepper wet, lemon pepper wings. When I say a fairly new concept, I don't mean like in the last couple of years, but I definitely mean like I remember when lemon pepper was the thing, at least in Chicago. Like when Sharks opened up and all of a sudden it was like, here goes some lemon pepper. We got an alternative to. So how the fuck do Big L grandmama got a lemon pepper wet recipe featuring a half a bottle of fucking whiskey?
It was that lemon pepper that
wasn't lemon pepper. That was
I think those were whiskey wings.
Because Tiffany was like, the pregnant girl is waiting on her lemon pepper wet. She want her wings for this baby shower.
But that's why she was still waiting, because they wasn't making them yet.
Oh, I thought that's what
they was
was waiting on
somebody
Big
else's
L
shit.
to finish the lemon pepper wet wings that he was making.
Yeah,
with a half a
no
bottle of
whiskey on
whiskey.
no
That was
lemon
his
pepper.
grandmama recipe.
And they totally abandoned lemon pepper wings once Murder made his wee wings. Like
Right.
They wouldn't even offer nobody.
They didn't have no barbecue wings no more.
Nothing.
They didn't have no variety, y'all.
That's why they
Wee
went from
wings
$1
only.
to $3 to free.
Free with
Why the
your
hell you
pussy
giving
laying
away
experience.
free wee wings? Like, you
Like,
buying
doesn't it
weed
cost
to give it
money?
away? Yes.
Like, I don't want that kind of Reggie. Whatever weed y'all using, I don't want it. Because if you can give it away, oh, y'all get like the super scraps.
They paying for it in the Mercedes Experience package.
Okay.
You get
it's
the
a
car
packages.
it's a package deal.
Okay.
You get your wipes, your Clorox wipes, your weed wings, and the Mercedes
That should be more than
Experience.
$100 damn then. I'm sorry, because them Clorox wipes was running damn near $50 in the pandemic. So
I just bought a box of gloves and I said, God, the gloves still is expensive. Shit, I was about to do my daughter hair with a plastic bag. Oh my. Shit. The way my kids playing gloves, I had a stern talk with them. And you see these gloves? Touch this fucking box.
Maybe stuff just costs less money in Chuckalisa, because if Mercedes big ball and regular most he ever gave was $300, and she was like, it's customers like you that keep girls like me dancing. Everything else must be cheap too.
Yes, Jasmine, a plastic bag on my hands. Okay, I told them last week that's what I use for a shower cap too. Grocery shopping bag from Walmart. Baby, I upcycle.
Listen, John, you gotta do that crisscross, sis, with that Walmart bag.
I got one to the front and put another one on the side to the back. Baby, we are good.
Not the look, and then did you do the tuck under just to secure that motherfucker?
And you know this.
The last show we talking about Michelina's. This show we talking about. Look, get your frugal tips from Pink
Listen.
Sunday Radio.
That's right.
Listen.
Pink Sunday Radio will save you $1, child.
Baby.
Okay.
Listen, and let's not talk about grandmother
Okay,
putting them
Jasmine.
plastic bags under the sink, okay?
Oh, we definitely keep plastic bags over here.
Let's be one.
I got one of them little things where I put it in. I just pop one out when I need it.
My grandma got one of them too. It's like a little sock, and you just pull one out the bottom, and you good to go.
As soon as I get home, bloop, 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 bloop.
Boop, boop. Let's be 100, bitch. And if you can't find you a Tupperware, bitch, guess what? You better put your lunch in that plastic motherfucking bag with some foil in it and motherfucking go.
And go.
That's right. We fry that chicken in that bag.
100%. You gotta fry that chicken.
Plastic bags are multi-purpose items.
Hello.
Black household.
Listen, they talking about that. They talking about that climate change and green agenda, bitch. Black people been on a green agenda a long motherfucking time ago. You feel me?
Like, I don't know.
We've been recycling in this hole. What y'all talking about?
Okay.
Before we knew what recycling was, we was recycling.
If y'all want to learn, just ask us because we got you.
We got the tips. Okay.
Let's be real.
We know how to stretch that.
Ain't nobody buying no damn them little trash cans in the fucking bathroom. Ain't nobody buying no goddamn little trash can bags. Bitch, you better go get that motherfucking plastic bag.
Okay.
Why was there a Facebook post once and the person had just moved into their place and they was like, I'm trying to figure out the decor, and they put in 3 different types of plastic bags in the car. They were like, this one, or this one.
You better go to Walmart, go grocery shopping, double bag every one of them bags and take that shit home.
I just take a stack of bags.
I'm like, can I get a double bag?
I'm taking my bag and I'm taking like 30 bags. I'm gonna say, you can't take the bags? No, I'm taking all of these.
Right.
Look at you like, double bag?
Unless you're in Chicago, because now you got to pay for them bags. Man.
Yeah. Like in Austin,
yet,
I know in Austin, like they got rid of plastic. Like you have to like take your recycle bags. Now you can ask for paper, but you do your recycle. You have to pay for your recycle bag and bring your. But girl, please, no, ma'am.
Okay,
okay, but that was our tips. That was PSR green tips for the day.
Frugal tips from PSR.
Right.
Oh my God.
Following us for more.
And if you follow us on Instagram, look for that tip section and just drop us. And we will continue to bring quality content about savings.
Oh, no, me snorting, y'all. I'm sorry. That audio gonna be bad with that snort. I'm sorry, audience. Oh, my motherfucking chest. Okay. But you know what? Now you can take a left.
You know we don't have a video or nothing.
I
Right?
was going to say, do we got to write on
right.
that?
You don't take the right on 59, but we don't have to talk about it.
No.
You can go to righton59th.com to get you some great merchandise. Some
Cali inspired merchandise, shirts,
Yes.
mugs.
I'm over
Okay,
here like,
y'all.
what
Dove caps.
Wait, girl, wait. I thought we was getting ready to queue up our Right on 59th ad.
we gonna have it that week though. Next week.
That's all right though, girl. Because you know what? One thing about Pink Sunday Radio, we also have read-only ads. Okay? So go to righton59th.com for exclusive merchandise from Nafisha Nicholson, Black women business. Support Black owned business. Okay, you have mugs, you have a fire ass MC Hammer shirt, you got beanies, authentic merch from an authentic Oakland Black woman. Okay, so y'all go over there and check out the merch because it is awesome. All right.
I have 4 of the shirts And
Okay.
they are some of the highest quality shirts I have ever purchased. All of them are super high quality. They fit well. And it comes super quick. So definitely go.
Very quick. I have the Toni Morrison. I have the Right on 59th beanie. Yes, very high quality merch. So most definitely. All right. So our next segment. Y'all ready for some Devil's Advocate?
Now this one is kind of hard for me too.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I only have this. I want to get it out of the way, and then I'm going to be quiet for the rest of the segment. My only Devil's Advocate is, do y'all think, let's say the cook never got fired. I take that back. Never quit. My bad. Never
put some respect on his name.
My bad. My bad. Let's say the cook never quit. That means Big L and Unc would have never been in the kitchen. So that kind of changes the moment for Murda and Cliff, which that is a big moment, I feel, in their journey. I mean, do you think that we would still, is that moment big enough to where it would change anything for them? Like if you take out that little piece for them, would that change anything, do you feel? You think we would still end up where we are? You know what I'm saying?
I think we would, because I think Murda would have found his way to Unc either way. Like he didn't come like looking for her in the kitchen. He came looking for her, and she happened to be in the kitchen. I think the same like whole situation would happen if she was in the office, if she was in the VIP, if she was out back in that little backyard area. Either way, Murda was finding him some Unc. Either way, I don't care what. So it might it wouldn't have been that scene, but that interaction would have happened.
Yes, because I think their chemistry it's kinetic. I feel like they just have it. Okay, that was my only Devil's Advocate that I could think of. Like, what if he never went to the kitchen? What if there was never that? That's kind of how I played it. But
if she was in the off, like he came down there for her to listen to his music. She wants him to listen to this. He wants her to listen to this song, and he wants to be around her. So if he goes bursting into her office, then it's like maybe what's on this instead of cooking, it's like the jukebox and music. He talks about music or something like that. So wherever she happened to be, I think it was going to be interaction
the same.
Yeah.
Do you think if they weren't in the kitchen and was no Big L, like say she was in her office by herself or in the VIP by herself or whatever, do you think, because I know y'all say they ain't done nothing to this point, I guess that's my Devil's Advocate. I'm agreeing with y'all. This side of the screen.
I'm
y'all.
I'm with you. The knobs were slobbed. Okay, the bobbing and the weavings took place.
Say nothing happened. Do you think that would have been their first time? Like, do you think Murda would have tried? Because of course he wasn't gonna do it in front of Big L. Like that wasn't gonna happen. But if he had caught her by herself, do you think that like when he put the headphones on,
he would have went on
headphones on, and he would have been, they would have looked into each other's eyes, and that would have been the first kiss, since that's what Jiggy say, that they ain't kissed or nothing up until this point.
I feel like they needed whatever happened off screen between here and 103 when she was like, "You coming in tonight?" I think they needed that interaction, because to me that's a big jump from that. This is like, niggas, you stalking me? Why are you back here? I don't even really know you. Who are you? In the kitchen to you low-key like 5 minutes from being my man in the flirting in 103 when she's like, "Are you coming in tonight?" So in my mind, there has to be off-screen interaction, like in the kitchen after he finished cooking, numbers are exchanged, and they've been talking on the phone at night, every night for a little while before we get here. So I think there had to be some progression in the relationship there. So if it had been in her office, no, I don't think they would have done anything. They would have talked about music. Where you get this jukebox from? Oh, you know, my grandmother plays some of these songs for me. Also, these are the things that they have in common. And then numbers are exchanged, and then they do whatever they did off screen before we get to making the jukebox move around.
I feel like Murda wrote his number on the back of that CD. And I feel like they have been having phone, and I feel like they've been having like little phone conversations or something. You know, I just feel like
they definitely exchanged numbers, because we didn't see it, but 105, he's calling the phone like, when am I going to take you out? So
yeah,
at what point
like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like
I don't think they talked before that, because it's Ayo Cliff in the door. And she doesn't get the CD till after that. They already on a first name common basis.
Because Murda knew that was his baby. So
they talked before he was in that in the backseat of that car.
Before he said Ayo Cliff, and she said, nigga, is you stalking me? You think
she wasn't surprised at Cliff. She wasn't surprised at Cliff now.
Right.
Yeah, she wasn't at all surprised. So a conversation may have happened where
so that would mean
could have happened.
So after the Paradise Room, you think they got the exchange of the numbers?
No, to me, it would have to be after he was in the car. So he's in the backseat of the car. She gives him some advice.
He left his number in the back seat.
Okay. No, okay.
When he got out, his number was in the back seat. That's why he looked back. He was trying to see if she noticed it.
Okay. What I was trying to do was connect the energy that I felt of 103 between them when she said, nigga, you coming in. Cause that to me was like late night Kiki's on the phone and all that kind of stuff.
But I
can see what you saying, Ja. Maybe the phone numbers before that and stuff. Yeah.
What do you think
it was like an off-screen interaction? Because I can see an off-screen interaction where you give him advice about his music, he goes and applies it, and maybe y'all talk another time between when you told him what to do in the backseat of that car and when he records the song. Like maybe he talks to her about it again before it's time to listen to it. Hey, yo, Cliff, listen to this. Maybe before he gets there, like he finds her somewhere else.
Something along what JT is thinking. What if it was like at the very beginning, like when they were doing the money exchange to play the track?
I forgot about
all that. What if it was they like somehow, like you said, it could be the same situation. Like however because what was it, USB? It could have been wrapping the USB with his phone number. Like it's a bunch of like little cute stuff that could have happened, because I do like the idea of it being on the back of the CD from the visor. Like I think that's a cute little like thing. And this, so I was thinking that too, like JT. I'm like, maybe like we have it like it happened all the way back in the very beginning, because again, slobs were knobbed or knobs were slobs.
But then what would be the point of the backseat pop-up? Like, could you just hit a motherfucker up like, hey, yo, bitch, where my money? And why you didn't want to fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, no, because that why you ain't want this dick had to happen in person. Like, if you can't do the why you ain't want this dick.
If he had a number, he wouldn't need to pop up on them.
I gotta look you in the eye, because maybe you might want the dick today. So I gotta look you in the eye just in case. I can't deliver no dick over the phone.
Do that.
That
is playing Andre lame ass. Okay, we getting that shit in person. Okay, so I'm gonna hop on this, because my devil's advocate was actually like, I don't know, we give Murda a lot of flack for being in the back of Uncle Clifford's car taking a fucking nap. waiting on her to just show up, hopefully at some point in time. But I do want to say that I think like that was going back to my think that he didn't have her number is I think like being undercover, low key, or just, at first not really wanting to be out there. That was the perfect way to, like you said, conduct business. Plus, if he was really there for the money, you got to surprise the motherfucker. They can't see you coming in the door.
That's true.
And that big ass club. They, because then if they really ducking and dodging the situation, you got to pop up. You got to just come from behind the curtain on their ass. Like, hey, where my stacks at that you didn't play my music? That girl didn't dance to my shit, but also, he wasn't trying to fucking nothing. Like, you wasn't trying to let me hit that. I can't talk about that in the club.
He also never asked for his money back. Like, if this was supposed to be that we're supposed to like you didn't play my tracks, so where my stacks at? Like, it was like, you think you low key slick, you did that, but it was never like
it was about why you didn't want this dick. He forgot all about that money. It was why you ain't want this dick.
Why you ain't want to give me no dick? Like, what's up?
Because this should have been almost like a stick up, like, hey, where my stacks
where
at?
My money at?
But that wasn't Murda's energy at all. Like, Murda is like playing, like, this is to get in to, like, this is a good reason, quote unquote, for me to be in your car, except for, bitch, I want you.
Right. Let me feel it out a little bit.
Now that's stalkerish. Like, I like you, and I'm in the back of your car. Like, that's like, okay, bro.
Wasn't cute to me. Like, if he was there, you stole my damn money and you didn't play my song. Like, he shouldn't have been there. But okay, I understand why you there, because she got your damn stack and you didn't get your money played. But that's not why he was there. It was why you didn't want this dick, and you can't be hiding in the backseat of a car like a
this relationship
because somebody wasn't trying to
fuck. Pressing her about why she ain't want the dick. He got to be incognito about it.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why
he wasn't incognito when he was offering the dick. You could have did it right in the Paradise Room, somewhere in the club, in her office,
when you were slobbing her knob.
Girl, how many times you gonna say that?
Every time.
As many times you need it.
Every time. Shit. Y'all talking about the that was their first everything in the office.
That is not what Tia.
That one in the bottom corner said that it was their first kiss.
Tia,
that
everything. Is not the point that we were making, sweetie. We were saying, you know what?
What were we saying?
We were saying the devil's advocate. I think we totally
that
run off
just wasn't
again.
The point, baby. We were just letting you know
what the point was.
That you can flirt without doing all of that. You felt like fluids. You felt like fluids, and by fluids, you said at least kissing had to happen before you could get to that you coming in tonight, the flirting, the energy that they had.
Because what would he be coming in for?
And I told you, I'm like, girl,
Ja wasn't in Spaces last night. So it was Tia's thought that they have had to at least kiss, because the flirting outside 103 was too much for them not to have done that. And to me, that was just run-of-the-mill flirting. Like, in my mind, they don't even have to exchange numbers yet. You just have to know somebody's feeling you. That was kind of I'm feeling you, you feeling me kind of flirting.
Boom. Yeah. There we go. We feeling, baby.
So, I'm going to say this. I definitely 1000% agree that the flirting could have just been flirting. Like, let's just say we didn't have the visuals. The flirting, because I'm a big flirt. I love to talk shit. I love the back and forth of it all and everything like that. So I could definitely see, oh boy, I'm feeling him. I know he's feeling me. And then I just, oh, hey, you coming in? I can see that shit if I ain't even like that nigga. Like I just know he likes me, and this is my establishment. I need you to pay the cover charge. Hey, boo, you coming in tonight? Okay, see you next time. But I do still think a less sign had took place up in that room, but I don't think it was necessary for that level. I think they, just to know the sheer
I guess
understanding.
to me, it wasn't like I get the flirting. Like because I will, hey baby, hey sweetie, you to death, and like at the store in the checkout line. So I get like people to be like flirting. But to me, there's a level of intimacy to their interaction. Like even in 103, it was like he like leaned out the window. To me, he's looking her up and down, undressing her. She moving like, let me show you this part while you undressing me. Like, remember, it's a remember this, not a don't you want.
No.
Okay.
No.
I wasn't getting all of that.
No.
I wasn't getting
not a remember this.
the time.
It was
But I
like,
definitely think it was come in here for one more round.
Yes.
But that's only because we have the evidence, what we saw. I feel like I wouldn't have read that much without what we saw in.
So do you think they at least kissed before they gave gave the jukebox a run for its life? At least a kiss?
No, I think Lil Murda was in there bobbing for apples. And such. I definitely think they have 40 in the Paradise Room. Prior to, I mean, I feel like I know they're saying it was just her fantasizing, but I just can't really see it. I really feel like those some aftershock moments. You know what I'm saying? Where he was talking, and he was being a little aggressive, and sis was like,
"Well, because what kind of conversation you?" Here's the other part. When he was like,
"I know you done had it good like that." Where later on, it's like an hour later, you just think about it, and your body shake. You be like, "Ooh, that was good." Like, don't tell me I ain't never had nothing that good. Come on now. I know you done had something a little sweet, a little wet that had you thinking about. Come on, Kogi, you acting like you ain't say what you said last time about your book bag and your skills compared to Brick. But that's another story. We'll right along.
Whoa!
Don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait.
I know you done had some of that sweet good wet that had you thinking about that shit later.
That sweet good wet. Lord.
I mean, I'm trying to meet her. I'm trying to meet her where she at. I'm trying to meet her where she at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Here's a question I have for everybody. If they haven't kissed her,
you better sit here and look at me like she don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sick of her shit.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So much going on right now.
Yes.
Go on, Tia, because I don't want you to forget.
Yes, the thighs do vibrate. But anyway, go ahead.
That's all I want.
So, what? Okay, if they haven't kissed or nothing, so like Murda says, I tried to give you the D, but you ain't want it. So they didn't kiss or nothing, and he was just like, dick.
Have you seen was it Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, where old boy just kept pulling his dick out like, hey, look at this?
Yeah, like
you think that was murder?
They haven't kissed, there's no intimacy, and he was just like, want some dick? Like, that's how y'all think it happened? Because how do we get to the offering of dick if nothing has happened? Like, that's like, bro, you should have a restraining order if you offering dick.
But we said it's restraining order type shit going on. So like, now
like, it should have been when he popped in the club the next day, Big L squirted him out because this nigga tried to give me dick the first time he met me, and we haven't had no type of exchange like that.
So in all seriousness, I can see it both ways. I can see like it being an intimate moment, they kissing and whatever, knobs were slobbed and he's offering dick and she's like, no. But I can also see it being he wants to get his music played. He's done sex work before.
Oh.
So if this is
That's
what I
good.
need to do for my music to be played, because I need this song to be played, I need Mercedes to dance to the song. She's already said no. This chance is slipping away. I can see him being willing to do what he has to do in this room to get his music played.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think like he offered her like a $10 holla? Like, hey.
Let's fuck. I mean, here go my stacks, and we can fuck too if that's what you want to do. But I need this music played.
Post that and some dick to play that song.
I can see it's a lot, but I could see it.
I remember there being a tweet, and I never thought about it like that, but they said they weren't, how did they say? They weren't surprised to find out that Murda had done sex work because he was so willing to sell himself in the Paradise Room or something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So I can see it happening like that. I don't know which way we're meant to think of it.
Okay. I can see that. I'll shoot y'all some bail. I can see that. I could definitely see that. It could happen both ways.
Okay.
Child, are we still on Devil's Advocate? What?
I
think Woo, child, we went off
sort of
something else.
Well, because my Devil's Advocate, I was gonna say I could see, because we've always felt like it was a mess that Murda was in the back of this car. But my Devil's Advocate is, if he's really there for the money, like, run me my stacks. Like, I don't care if Mercedes didn't want to do it. That's fine. We cool. Just run me my stacks, because that's the actual deal of this. And if all we are is, if all this is business, I'm here for the money. Like, it's like what y'all said. Like, because we always like keep in the back of this car like this, but like, what else he finna do? He not gonna go in the club where her people are at, where Big L is, or where everybody else is in there that's protecting her. He's gonna find her wherever he can because he wants his stats. So I could devil advocate that. It's like, how else do you hit up somebody for that for your money except for exactly what Murda did?
So if he was really there for the money, or he was in the right place, he did what he should have done. I can see it that way.
Yeah, I say it that way, but he wasn't there for the money.
He wasn't there for the money. He was there to find out what he wanted to do. So my Devil's Advocate was, why didn't Tydell get the soap down shut down? Because he could have, like, he ran through the list of reasons why it could get shut down, why she would have had a sanitation fine and a noise violation fine, and what was it, the nuisance law that he just put on the books. All this shit could get shut down, and he just decided not to. Like, he's there to support. I'm gonna give you my $50. Y'all gonna wash my car. I'm gonna put my money in whatever y'all raising money for, and he's gonna be a part of it. And also, he says something about whatever it is you have going on back there. Now, the question on the timeline last night from, I don't remember who. Do you remember who that question was from? Was it Quita? Somebody asked, was it the drugs? Did he think, did Tydell know about the drugs and he was just letting her get away with holding that? To me, that's a bridge too far. I don't think he knew about that. He wants the peak shut down. If he knows about that, oh, y'all are up out of here. But also my question was, does he want the pink shut down? I'll come back to that. I think he knows about the check cashing that's going on. He's the mayor. You got all of these people. It was hella niggas out there, 30, 40 of them getting their checks cashed. I think that doesn't go on without him knowing. Crazy. It's too many people. So he knows that she's back there cashing checks, and he just lets her do it. So that's why I say, does he want the pink shut down? He wants the casino, and the pink is in the way. But there have been in my mind, many opportunities to get the pink out of the way, shut down, if that's what he wanted. And he's never actively done it, as far as I know, until the casino was here. And he thinks the casino is an advantage for the community. It helps the community. So if the pink has to go to improve the community, we'll do that. But he has never actively tried to get the Pink shut down.
I don't think he wants the Pink shut down, and I don't think he wanted it shut down at all until the deal was in jeopardy. Like because he didn't rush the foreclosure or none of that until it was like the deal's in jeopardy. Okay, I'm going to use my power to do this, because he could have done that the whole time. He could have rushed that foreclosure to 2 weeks, really at any time, if that's what he wanted to do. At any time, he could have walked in there, because Sheriff Bailey and obviously Uncle Clifford are close. But once like Mayor Ruffin put it down and he had to actually abide by what he said, it was like he does his job. So at any time, like the first scene when Sheriff Bailey comes up but doesn't go in, I think that's on purpose, because if I go in and I see what's going on, I actually have to do something. So to give me the plausible deniability, I'm gonna stay right out here. Everything's fine in the Pink. I'm gonna take these chicken wings and I'm gonna go home, because that's what I have to do. So yeah, I don't think he ever wanted it shut down. And I also think on some level he probably wanted Unc to get some money. Like maybe not as much as the Kyles, but I think that he would have preferred that. But Promised Land was so adamant on, we're not paying for something that's already messed up. Like, and because when he said that, it's no reason to, I forget exactly what Bill said, but it was basically like, it's no reason to pay her when she's already going to lose it. And like Ruffin was like, what? Like for somebody that quote unquote wants it shut down, he didn't like that. Like, it's like, we could shut it down, but run her money.
So why do you think he does little things like no titties and tequila and stuff like that, little things to make her life more difficult, if he doesn't actively want the club shut down? Like, just,
I don't think it's
fucking
to
with
make her life more difficult. I think so. The one thing that we have found out about Ruffin is there's a lot of stuff that he has to orchestrate behind the scenes to get the things done that he wants to get done, that he thinks is going to reinforce his legacy. So like in my mind, the city council may have been like, this is the Bible Belt. We are still in the Bible Belt. The city council may have been like, no, that, they're doing too much. It's sin. It's this, and this. They're fully naked in there with the alcohol, because that's actually a pretty common strip club thing. Like a lot of places, if you are fully naked, you can't serve alcohol. Or if there's any nudity, you can't serve alcohol. That's actually a pretty common strip club thing. Is unless you're in certain places like here, they be butt booty naked and it's alcohol, but like that's pretty common. So that might have been a compromise Ruffin made with the city council. Like, okay, what if we say they can keep going? It's just we got to separate the titties and tequila, but he can't say that when he's talking to her, like, I made a deal. He has to make it seem like he's enforcing it. So that could have been that, because with the water, everything else, we've seen the back deals he's done to try to get the stuff, what he thinks is important, through. So that might have been a deal to do that.
And then also to make it more appealing to the casino folks as well. Like, okay, we have a certain type of thing going on. Like I know in Hammond, in Indiana, I think it's dry on Sundays. You cannot even sell liquor. You got to get your alcohol on Saturday, because, and
Atlanta
I think
used to be like that.
Yeah. So I think it's like certain things that they do to try to make it more appealing. And when you're looking at Chucalissa, what they showed us is it's run down. It's a lot of empty buildings. It's a lot of tore down shit going on. But we want y'all to pour all of your money into this space and bring this. So let's try to make it look as put together as we can, where we can. But bringing this up, I want to ask y'all, and I know I go back and forth. Y'all ain't see a little something different in this interaction. I was watching it because y'all
between Ruffin and Unc.
Yes, y'all.
What is it, Ja? What is
it? They look like little bound to go wow wow.
But look, that was always my original thought, that there was a little something, because that was a little more flirty at the end, where she kind of recoiled. And she said,
"Baby, Tamika want to fall the fuck out of her chair.
You want to get your car detailed." She goes back into her super feminine energy. You want to get your car detailed and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, all right, because And he's all flustered. That energy
Job,
wasn't
what was
saying,
that?
I'm your daddy. That energy was saying, I used to be your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Not your daddy.
You know what I'm
Wait a minute,
saying?
Job.
Like,
Wait,
was a
Job,
little-
what you say?
I'm
Used to be your
saying,
daddy.
that energy was not getting, I'm your daddy. That
I'm
was
gonna
giving,
say,
I used to be your daddy.
First watch, I thought, like, I was like, wait, is there something we supposed to know here? But it wasn't like, I didn't think that throughout like the whole first season. But that first thing, and there's a couple other things, because if you think that they might be ex-lovers or lovers or whatever, some of the other stuff makes sense. Like the kind of way that he's talking to her in certain scenes, and how like he just becomes so, it would go from let's take a picture, we can't give me all that, to all this at the end. It could be a lover scorn.
Yeah. Like, come on, take a real picture. Like, that energy wasn't sarcastic. That wasn't, I'm fucking with you because I know you don't fuck with me energy. That energy was almost like, come on now, take a real picture.
No, he wanted to take a picture. To me, that is
come on, baby, take a real
strange
picture now.
father. Let's just take a picture. I'm so disgusted right now at the idea.
I know y'all got it down pat as that is her daddy, her father.
At the idea of this,
but
like,
I don't know.
But once you see that barbershop scene, I don't want to imagine them at all, because that was so unnecessarily and uncalled for in that barbershop scene.
Like, if they were lovers, why ex-lovers? Why did she let him get away with that in the barbershop? Why she don't go off?
Because she in the barbershop, safety. She in there with all them other niggas that's in that same energy, and I feel like, and also we know now, we never paid attention that Mayor Ruffin is
not a random nigga that's talking to her crazy in the barbershop. This is the mayor. So I feel like even if she's around people, excuse me, that has his same energy, I feel like it's not gonna be violence here with the mayor and Eloise there. Like, she can respond. I feel like it was the authority of him being a parent that makes her sit there and be quiet.
Well, I think she was also kind of shocked and hurt because, like we said, up until this point, they seem to have had fuck with each other. There's some business that has, just like her and Corbin are still close, but the business they disagree on. I think they're gonna still be close, and they got real close in season 2. But I think that I think the same thing here. There was a respect or a relationship that I feel like she thought she had with Tydell, and then for him to start just spewing hate. And it's to me, everything, the face was very much, normally I would have something to say, but you hit, you shot my heart so hard, and that I'm so hurt, I can't even respond. That's everything about that interaction. And if it was because she gave it to him at the car wash, until he was like, I'm gonna shut it down. It's like, oh no, we need the $1 million that's gonna come from the car wash so we can save the club.
Yep.
These 55 cars giving us 1,000 each.
Yeah.
Right. The EBT and the points and the Bitcoins and
So I did, when I first watched it, I thought there was a little energy. I don't know that I thought that for very long. Because by then we all into murder and unks, so it's kind of like, Tydell, who?
This is not even her type. What we see is her type. Trell, I agree 100%. Trell, the truth says, I can't imagine her messing with Tydell. Whoever the trade of Christmas past was, I feel like he's more murder type. Tia.
How we think? Hold on. How we know that we think murder older and thick like cold grits? We think Unc like him younger.
I can see that. But
girl, I thought
because
she was
just to hop in a 20-year different in a relationship with 20-year difference with and don't even think about it. I think she has to be used to the younger man.
But I think she kind of don't think about it though, because she keep bringing it up. I think,
but they spent a lot of time apart. But I was gonna say not to the end, but
yeah, I don't feel like we thought that. We saw her say, we know Murder don't care. Murder like, I like you and I want you.
Right.
And that's it.
I don't know if it's just, I don't know, because it seems like, you know how for some people it's like you just love who you love. So there's been no distinction if she likes younger or not. Because the way she was foaming at the mouth over his IG pic, you know, on
It
her
was a
bed.
good pick, though. It was a good
She
pick.
said, "Yes, God."
Yes,
she was like, yes, God.
She's about to.
And
She's
the way
about to
she was
bring
at
that
her
chicken.
B-Day party talking about murder and like, you know, the next thing you know, you'll be da-da-da. So you can't tell if it's just murder or like
but I can also see it being something new because, like, would he be your son? Wouldn't like Monroe and them be used to a young boy and be
exactly that too.
Maybe because the flip side is, oh well, yeah, because if everybody's been super trade, download, everything else, how much would she have talked about them? Like, Murder is a like quote unquote public figure, like a trap superstar, stuff like that. So it's real easy to pull up this and blah blah blah. But I don't know if she would have done all that with like maybe she talked about them, but age might not have come up and stuff like that. And I don't think anyone has treated her the way Murder has. Like, I think everybody else has been pretty much just sex. Would I mention a bunch of booty calls? Probably not. But Murder
that was beating her up.
Now they might know about that person, or they might not. Like, they might not know who it is. They just might know, like, you know, your friend come around and this, that, and the third.
I feel like the Trader Christmas Past left way too much clothes over there to have just been sex. Like, he had to be low key living down there with Ernestine. You think it was multiple trades of Christmas?
Christmas come every year, baby. So
Ja.
All right.
That trunk could be.
That's why Murder was like, how many niggas' clothes have I touched?
Oh shit. Santa Claus, child.
Not Santa Claus dropping dick off,
bringing them packages by.
Woo. Okay. All right.
So we also don't have a video for this one, Tosh. So go ahead.
You know what? Tia,
go ahead and do our
like
host
today. I need you to anyway.
Go ahead and do our host red
everyone that's listening right now and watching, make sure that you tap in with us every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 Central. We have a live reaction
not the time.
That is not the time.
That's not the time.
Not at all.
Wait, what did I say?
It's at 1 Eastern, 12 Central.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, what did I say, y'all? Wait.
You said 12 Eastern, 11 Central.
My bad.
12 Central. Right. There you go.
Well, girl, you should have did it, girl. You remember the times better than me.
You should have did it.
Anyway.
Didn't nobody call on me, baby. They called on you. I'm supporting you in your free range ad.
Thank you, girl. Thank you for helping me out on these times.
Right. I had
So y'all, so it's 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. We have a live reaction of the Tubi series called The Dirty D. Okay, so y'all need to come on with us, and we're streaming on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. That is every single Sunday. Okay, all right. So we are going to move on to our next segment, and that is what you said.
Are these in order, Tanika?
Nope.
You can
Just find something that you like and pull it on up.
Okay.
I do have Katori's tweet
That's
about
the
the
first
paradise.
one?
We already talked about that. I think it's the second one, somewhere in
But
there.
we all know Tia want to repeat that.
Wait, what is this? Murder couldn't take dick?
What is this?
Hey,
Quita.
you know, he had to
Quita.
hold on, but it looked like he was doing just fine to me.
I feel like Murder took
said
it very well.
What is that tweet,
I mean, he did throw that hand up real quick.
No,
he tried to brace
so
himself, but he
first
took it like a
like,
G.
oh wait now, sir. And then it was like, oh wait, that's good. Okay,
Right.
Yeah, we figured it out quickly, but he was telling my aunt he was so big that she probably couldn't take it. But he had to brace himself a little bit. And what episode was that? 209? Was it 209 too?
No, it was 207.
That was Jackson, 207.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Murder had bottomed before? Because I
don't think so.
He's bottomed before. So
to me, he wasn't running enough for that to be the very first time. Like
you want
like
you wanted to see him be like, whoa, bitch, hold on.
Slow down.
Wait a goddamn minute. You can't be handling me this aggressively.
And it was his idea. That's typically not how a first time bottoming happens. Like you offering up the booty. That's normally not how it happens.
I feel like he's done it before, but it's not generally what
it's not
he
something
does.
That he always does.
Yeah, because I know someone close to me, and they prefer the top. No. I'm gonna keep it cute. They prefer the top, but they will reciprocate if necessary, or if they really feeling the person, they'll go ahead and but they prefer to top. And so I feel like what I get is that Murder is generally he generally likes to be in control. He does the topping, if you will, but under the right circumstances, he will go ahead and relinquish that control.
I feel like very rarely, but he's done it. Like I don't think he's ever. In my mind, that's not something he ever did with Teak. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Do you think he ever bottomed with Teak? And I don't think Teak would want to top. For some reason, Teak gives me kind of like Mickey in Shameless was like when I was in jail, they was like, do me first and stuff like that. And I'm finally so glad I can bottom again. Like Teak gives me like. People be wanting him to top, but he like, I don't wanna.
He wants to be held. He wants to be loved on. He needs to be loved. So I definitely see Teak being more of a like, hold me and give me that comfort that I desire and need so badly.
Danny.
What's gonna be a tweet to me, dog?
So the title of this tweet was Murder Stalking Cute. Danielle Jennings said, it's so damn adorable, but I could totally see my sweet LaMarcus, I forgot about that, timing Cliff perfectly and getting her routine down so he knows exactly where she's going to be at the Pank and at home. Ma'am, that is stalking.
100% stalking. Like he's met her twice at this point, maybe once, and he's gotten her routine down at the Pank. At home is the thing. Like that's too far. Like
and
it's already
sitting
a lot.
Around watching her at the grocery store and
no,
shit.
ma'am.
No, this wasn't like I don't know. Like I have said this multiple times. Like all the way up until they kiss after the jukebox and stuff, all the way up to the date, the asking for the date, and the actual kissing in that scene, I was not 100% here for murder, because up until that point, everything was very like red flag, stalkerish, you doing a lot. And even in that, I always say the beginning of that scene, I felt like he was kind of like, she's setting boundaries and he's just like bulldozing past them, like at every turn. Now, like I always say, she didn't stop the conversation. She went from behind the desk to in front of the desk, so she moved closer to him. So there are some signs of she's liking it or she's receptive to it that didn't make it quite as bad for me, but none of this was cute. It's cute in PValley world. In real life,
Right.
I'm
real
going
life,
to get a
it's scary.
restraining order on
Absolutely
you because that you don't even know me to like me like this. What you're trying to tell me, like in real life, I'd be like, you don't even know me, bro. Like, you like ready to be like all the stuff I just told you about the lesbians and all this, and you ready to risk it all for me? Something ain't right. Like, do you have like a mental disorder you trying to hide and get me in for? So by the time I find out I'm all the way in, are you trying to like, are you running from something or someone? Are you homeless? Like, it's so many things that I'm trying to figure out because so yes, it was stalking. No, one cute.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's fine.
Oh, I like this one because I felt like this too. So V said, also, why wouldn't Autumn Haley Lakeisha Savage not learn the info on the damn ID? She's so dumb.
Man,
come on now.
Like the day before, Unc specifically told her, listen, you got to have your paperwork in order. Bring me an ID. So you got 24 hours. All you got to do, learn the birthday. You know the name. You already call yourself Lakeisha Savage. You don't learn the birthday? Like, and even if you, because I don't know signs, but like, I feel like Scorpio in November is a pretty common thing that most people know.
Yep.
You know that shit says May. That ain't no damn Scorpio, girl.
Come on now.
Like,
and like this is like the hinge of you getting your money. Like, you are supposed to be Lakeisha Savage. Like, this is the new identity from this suitcase and everything else. Same thing. Like, you should know this new identity regardless of Unc in this situation. You should know this identity back and forth, because if not, then people gonna be saying Lakeisha. Right. Like, you gonna be sitting there like, and that's gonna give you away, because they be like, you didn't hear us calling you? And then, you know, anybody that's kind of half smart would be like, is that even your name or something? Like, so because this is your whole new life, your whole new identity.
Yep.
You have no idea any of her facts. That's crazy.
At least the birthday. Like, I feel like just if y'all don't interact at all down to this club, you know, somebody asking your birthday is like casual acquaintance kind of shit.
Right.
And if you in there saying you don't know, like, what do you say when somebody asks you? Because somebody's going to ask you. You don't look and see that it's May 10th. You say, hold on, let me run to the bathroom right fast and go look at your ID and then come back and tell them, like, what do you?
Because that even goes back to what's also stupid is her telling Andre her real name like day one. Like, first time they met. This like FBI looking nigga in the parking lot taking pictures. And you like, Haley. You got to be the worst criminal ever. And I like, just that, I was shocked. I was like, girl, you running from a whole abuser. Why would you use your real name anywhere in this new city? No one knows, and nothing you have. Because what if Andre, which I guess they eventually find out, but Andre calling you Haley, everybody else calling you Autumn, and I'm calling you Lakeisha, like,
yep.
What's happening? Now we get Autumn is your stage name, all poetic and shit. But like, if the moment Andre calls you Haley in front of somebody, everybody like, who the fuck is Haley?
And
So
in
I
reality,
thought
that would
was
have definitely
crazy.
happened.
Yeah. Now the only thing is, I don't know if we ever see her and Andre together in front of other people. I don't think we ever see that, except for
only in the room, in the
in
VIP
the
room. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Corbin wasn't paying attention to none of that. Like he there trying to get his lease or whatever. So yes, that Haley did a lot of stuff that I thought it didn't go. Like the stories weren't the same among different people, and that's like easy. You running, like you're not just like you're running from somebody. Someone put your name down somewhere, because obviously Montavious is kind of smart. He was able to find your ass,
Right.
like from we don't even know where are they at?
Where's who at? Oh, were they originally from?
Where were they?
In Texas.
They were in
Texas?
Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, Houston. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Jeff. You forgot what you was gonna say?
Okay.
No. I thought you were asking how did he find her, and I was about to say she had found, he got a hold of old boy that she had help her do the accounts and stuff like that. But then that wasn't what you actually was saying, and so then I just
paused.
Okay. Let's see what this one say. So this one says, why Unc ain't want the dick. Now,
Lord Jesus.
So what he offered, she's obviously, if what happened in the car was a fantasy, she obviously wanted the dick. So why do you think she said no?
Well, okay, it's a few things. If we going at this was possibly in exchange for the music played, like Unc is not, there's no type of prostitution in her game. Like there's no type of that at all. Like while we saw Mercedes go do what she needs to get done, Unc would have still not done what Mercedes did. Like Unc would have had to figure it out another way. So I think the idea, so if you think that this is paying for the thing, you don't think this is a nigga that's into you. You think this is a straight dude trying to give up dick to get his music played. So she might have been interested, but it's like, you're not finna play with me and we gonna do this, and then tomorrow you're gonna act like you don't know who I am.
Okay.
I can see that.
I mean, maybe Unc ain't a dick on the first day type of girl. Well, no, we know she is a dick on the first day right there. But maybe it's what it is. Like all we know for sure is that Corey gave her some head. So maybe she's open to receiving, some services on the first day, but maybe she ain't trying to give up the Buddha hole until she get to know a little more about you, more than your fucking stage name, random ass nigga. And he ain't had no time.
But no, she gave up the vagina, knowing only his stage name. So
absolutely did.
Wait.
She gave it up only knowing his stage.
He didn't tell her his name until he came in the office.
Yeah, so he came into the office.
And Belly, yep. The next day.
Oh, so, damn.
She gave it up. She gave it up to Lil Murda, not Lil Marcus. She gave it up to Lil Murda.
She sure did. But I would say, but maybe like an agreement. Like random nigga who just showed up. You look like you're 12, and you're in here, laying it on sick. You fine as fuck, but I'm gonna have to pause. Thanks for the dome and everything and whatever. I just think she wasn't, he might have came off too thirsty, and she was like, hold on, nigga, you too thirsty. But then he applied the pressure.
But if nothing happened, she could be attracted to him but not want to fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was attracted to him, but it's probably
anybody can be attracted to anybody,
but
and I want to fuck you, bro.
Them fantasies in the car gave me she definitely wanted to fuck him, so I don't think that's what it was. Well, we know she wanted to fuck him,
but wanting to fuck and actually
fucking when I first
I'll take some dick.
Tanika, look, y'all like, but wanting to fuck, yeah, and actually
I mean,
doing
yeah,
so.
because I've seen some people, and you know, when you can kind of imagine what it might be like in the bedroom, but that don't mean if they whip out their dick, I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that it didn't make sense to her to do it at this I just met you. This is starting off as a business transaction, but you're flirting. I don't know if you flirting because of the business transaction or if you're like flirting for real, because that whole putting the way that he put the headphones on her, like, I got something that'll murder you, is very flirtatious. But then when he like, so I got these stacks so you can play my song, can't wait to the dub, like whatever might have been built up in that flirtiness, you just killed it. Oh, this is business. No problem. Let's take the money and go, and let me put those thoughts that I had of us doing anything other than business out. Until he was stalking her, he was like, oh wait. She was like, oh wait, this nigga might like me. But before then, you don't think that. I wouldn't. Let me see. Is there another one we have on here that we haven't done?
Child, what are you doing?
Oh, what'd you say? I'm laughing at you because you was just like,
So I think we talked about this briefly. First watch.
Oh Lord, not this dead pole.
Oh, I'm surprised at this a little. How high of a percentage that is, and the yes, that means like, what is that? Over 80% of the people that had chemistry.
Based on this episode, 82%. Yes, I would agree.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that though. Like, remember we talked about that.
This episode had promise to me, like for them. In this episode, once they got, a little more later and they were kind of being flirty, I was a little slightly interested in seeing where this was going when upon first watch. And then it didn't go anywhere for me after that. Like, I feel like they had more chemistry in this episode than they ever had in the entire history of the show. Like, even once they finally had sex, I was like, this shit is terrible. Like, I'm not getting that they're into this with each other.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but
his sex with Brittany, that scene was actually kind of everything.
It was giving a lot more than his scene with Haley.
I think in hindsight, what helps this is it was the first sex scene we had seen on the show. So we hadn't seen the jukebox moving around yet in 104. We hadn't seen any of that. So at this point, I guess we're forced to think they have chemistry. It's the only real sexual interaction we've seen on the show.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think that because of the way that Murda and Unc kind of took over, like their chemistry, the intimacy, all that kind of spoiled us for other relationships? Because if Unc and Murda weren't what they became, that Haley and Andre might have been interesting, but when you see you don't think so? Mm-mm. I think it definitely helps that the Murda and Unc and just how involved in the relationship you become. Like every other relationship was like,
because even though we look at them as like,
I look at TV like so just differently from my lens,
but we don't look at.
I'm thinking intimacy and straight couples. Go ahead. Sorry.
What the hell is her name? Roulette and Duffy. We don't look at them like, get this off my screen. It has no
they have chemistry. At least I don't. I actually like them.
Mm-hmm. And even if it's not the chemistry of Unc and Murda, it's still chemistry.
Right. It's still chemistry. Yeah. It's sexy. It's like attractive. Like when I see them together, I'm like, okay. Like I said, for me, it's hard with Andre and Haley. Like, I'm so surprised at those because I don't. The characters aren't super likable at this point.
That's what it is.
So I don't care what y'all do.
Like I don't have to like both people in a couple, but I gotta at least like one of y'all.
Yeah, neither one of them is likable.
I just need the sex scene to be spicy. I don't got like none of them motherfuckers, to be honest. They just gotta be moderately like, okay, this looks like this is about to be a fun time, and I'm like, I'm rooting for you.
Like,
go ahead.
But
For
I do
me.
want to hear what you were going to say, Coach, because you started to speak on
Straight
your
couples
lens,
versus,
Straight couples.
yeah.
right? And I want to hear more about that.
Like for me, I guess just as a person who loves women, when I'm watching television and it's a straight couple and I'm watching a sexual scene, like I'm turned on by the woman. So for me, I have to be turned on by the woman in order for me to enjoy um the sex scene. Like, so for instance, Haley and Andre, right? Um, she doesn't necessarily do anything for me,
Mm-hmm.
but that's me, right?
Mhm.
So their scene really just gave me nothing, right?
Gotcha.
But now, if it was sippy, you know, or if
Mm-hmm.
it was roulette, it
Okay.
didn't matter if it was
Yeah.
Andre in the scene
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
because I find them sexy. Like I am turned on by them. So I would be probably so in tune with their sensuality, their sexiness that yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'd probably
Mm-hmm.
be imagining what I would do to them. I'd probably
Mhm.
be like, Andre, get out the way. I could probably bust them down a little bit better than you, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's typically how my mind works when I'm watching
Mm-hmm.
couples. Just from a lesbian point of view, I tend to think that way, or I tend to imagine myself with that woman. So, you know, and even same sex couples, it's like I'm like, okay, they are two people that are of the same sex, which is where I'm at. So it's human love, it's human interaction. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense with
It
what I'm
does.
saying,
Mhm.
but yeah,
It's
when
a
it comes down to
similar lens to the rest of
mhm,
us because it's like
mhm,
I have to be into the people individually, or at least one of them individually, to be like,
yeah,
this is, and like I said, at this point, neither one of them have been painted as super likable characters.
Yeah.
mhm,
Like, there's not a whole
mhm,
lot of redemption in there, like, and we don't know them. Like, we're
mhm,
still like,
mhm,
who is Andre? Because he's sitting
mhm,
outside the club taking pictures,
Yeah.
mhm,
and then we see him with the cows, and so
mhm,
Andre Loki Hockey seems like a sellout almost at this point
mhm,
because it's like I'm just trying to get the deal done. I don't care about y'all like
mhm,
legacy, all skin folk ain't kin folk, and
mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
you doing a lot with Corbin, and you literally just we ain't brothers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's
And
nothing
I'm
that's
attracted
happened.
to Uncle Clifford. Like Uncle
Mhm.
Mhm.
Clifford is
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
she is beautiful. Like she
Yeah.
is like sensual, and like the way she talks and the way she moves and the her power. And so it's like her relationship with Murda, their intensity, their
Mm-hmm.
energy is so strong.
Yeah.
Like, so see, I can look at their scene and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's great.
Mhm.
Keep
Mm-hmm.
going more. You know?
And there's also scenes where I have liked both characters, but I don't like them together. Like when Mississippi and Murder kiss, that shit is like, ugh. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
it
anything. It's
does.
just, and I love both characters. They're both
Yeah.
beautiful
Mm-hmm.
people, but it
Mm-hmm.
just no.
Doesn't work.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that
Yeah.
on my
Yeah.
screen
But Kendra
ever.
ships them. Kendra, I think she said for personal reasons, right? On Spaces that
Well, I
night.
think it's because they're beautiful
Yeah,
people.
they're
Like
Yeah,
beautiful
I don't
if
people,
think
the
it's
but
so
you
much
that's what
story,
know,
she
ship
said.
them though. I think shipping them is something different. I think
that's
it
oh,
was
I think she likes the
What did she
scene.
yeah,
say?
like
I
she
think
liked
she
the
likes the
kiss or something.
Oh,
kisses.
okay.
She likes
I think
how it
it
looks.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah, because for
Especially in that
personal
studio,
reasons,
that
them
kiss was so
yeah.
Because
much.
I don't get but I get, hey, that's not right.
I
You get
get
what I'm saying? But
like
like
I think they
I
go
can
out of
relate
Not
their
more with the
way
way
to
really.
he
make it
That's
kissed
too much.
Yeah, it was
Ricky.
so
Like that was
like
nasty to me.
because
the
Murder
kissing.
reacts like wiping it off.
Yeah.
So, that's how I
like, I didn't need that. I get why, it's part of the storyline. Okay, so Quita says she saw, and I think a lot of people actually said this. Which 107 is that when he almost gets caught, like the wife
the
calls
yellow
and
dress
it's like,
on.
Yeah, that was a good scene too. No, 107. That's when she's saying goodbye, right?
Goodbye.
And she's in there with Andre.
Supposed to be. So in that scene, yes,
that was
in that scene. I did think that scene was kind of sexy.
Quita,
yeah,
that scene was sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was a sexy.
And then
scene.
he went home and fucked the shit out of his wife. She was like,
let me tell y'all something. See, Brittany, I was looking. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
No, keep going.
What did I just tell y'all?
I don't want to be the only person that's just here saying wild shit.
I was thinking about Brittany though. Like I was like, yo.
But that was justified.
Let me get my backpack though.
Like
so
as much as
Brittany
I don't
is more attractive than Haley.
I'm sorry. Like listen.
Well, nothing's very redeemable about Haley.
No, don't get me wrong. It's sometimes for me, honestly, it is literally about presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And just how you come across in the moment. And at the time, Brittany was just given vulnerability and like, where you been, Andre? I've been waiting. So it was just like one of them moments like, come here. Like, come here. Like, you know what? You've been waiting. Come here. Let me, you know.
Yeah, I think it doesn't help that they've done nothing to make us like Haley and care about her.
Stop going to your fucking cam, bro. I can't stand to them.
But no, they have done nothing but at this point.
That's what I mean.
Well, I'm gonna close us out.
Good, because I didn't have a bottom bitch anyways.
I didn't have a bottom. The bottom bitch is the Caprice.
Okay.
Do I have a bottom bitch? No, I don't feel
like I've been trying to think of what happened
this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have a bottom bitch.
Bottom bitch is Big L, because he peeped game soon as Marta bust in talking
and
that shit.
His damn business.
And he minded his motherfucking business.
100.
He was just in the corner like,
oh, 100. Smiling over at him. And he like, okay, little nigga.
Yeah, okay, little nigga.
Yeah, you feeding her these chicken wings. I see you
probably, like in my mind, off camera, like Big L looked at him and like smirked. It was like, and just went on. It was like he did in that office when he walked in. He was
I feel like he do that every time he see Murder.
Yeah, because it's like you think you down
he
low,
did
but
chuckle, right? He did chuckle. What was that? 105.
Yeah,
yeah.
That thing. Yeah,
I love that thing.
But I love the scene too. I love how Murder was like, "I'm here to see her," and what?
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, okay.
Oh yeah, because he did his watch. He did the wrist. They did the watch thing. Like, yeah, nigga.
He hit the watch, the little wrist twist real quick. Like, all right, nigga, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I get Big L. Big L not want to mind his business. Anyway, well, I'm Tia. Tia Gets Social on all the platforms. Make sure that you are following our Twitter page and have those notifications on because everything we do comes there first. Look out over this week and next week because we're going to be asking y'all for some feedback on some different stuff that we want to present and what you would be interested in. So definitely keep your eyes open for that. Ja, what you got?
I am Ja_the_goddess on Instagram, Ja the Goddess, all one word on Twitter. And I just implore you to keep your FBI eyes open because we're doing a thing at 1 o'clock Eastern, as we mentioned earlier. And there will be bonus episodes of the Dirty D. And it gets dirty and the D be slanging. Okay, so be watching. All right, Tanika.
I am at your girl Jiggy on all the things. You can follow me wherever you don't already. You can also follow Pink Sunday Radio on Instagram and Threads if you don't follow us there yet. If you're looking for bonus episodes or regular episodes, you can find those on pinksundayradio.com. That'll take you to Apple Podcasts. And if you haven't already, we would appreciate if you left us a 5-star written review. If you're watching us right now live on YouTube, if you could like, comment, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you never miss a live video. Koji, what do you got to tell them?
You can follow me, Koji_mama on Twitter and Instagram. We also have a website, pinksunday.com. So we'll be posting some content over there. Also, our link tree has all the links that Tia, Tanika, and Ja talked about. So make sure you go there for updated content. And yeah, thanks for watching and listening.
Pink Sunday Radio.